could just give me a little bit of an overview of what you understand the Create Task Force role to be as you're meeting until August, and I guess what is the end goal of the work that you're doing right now?
Our primary goal is to provide input and guidance to the current administration on how some ways or plan that they can support the arts and cultures, how they can communicate and work with the arts and cultures, and how we can integrate arts into this fabric of this city. How can we ensure through transparency that not all of the constituents, but in addition, all of the arts and cultures understand the state of the city. And our plan is to provide a proposal to the administration and to Sean Ryan, Mayor Sean Ryan, in order to what can we do in the next 6 to 18 months in order to satisfy this goal?
Mhm.
What do you want to add, Nick?
I would just say, I mean, I think overall it's right. The first question we were asked was how can the city become more arts friendly? And I think everything's sort of an offshoot of that goal, right? So how does city support artists and cultural organizations? How do we communicate the importance of arts and culture and what the city's role is to the community? And then what structures and improvements can we should the city consider? And a lot of this will come from talking to peer cities. So it's been a research and information gathering. I think has been our first month of meeting has just been getting a level set of where we're at, what information we have, and starting to look at peer cities and how they support arts and culture in their city. Right? It's a we don't need to reinvent the wheel here, but what are other cities doing that Mayor Ryan can consider?
Mhm.
And we're also speaking with organizations such as the New York City Public Design Commission and having additional conversations to ensure that we can understand how folks are getting it right. We're also reviewing the relevant portions of the city charter and existing city policies. But most importantly, in my view, when it comes to transparency, we're also conducting a public survey to gather community input to understand what the community views as arts and culture, but also what they're looking for and how that ecosystem can really get started.
What have you found, like you said, in this first month of kind of information gathering and discovery? I guess what are some things you found in that process so far?
I mean, I think it's less so what we found, right? It feels very much at the beginning, this first month of where we are at as a task force. So I'm not sure any group has, concrete things already in place that are going to be part of their recommendation. Simple things from how do cities communicate arts and culture, right? Websites, newsletters, state of the city, right? Gathering folks once a year to talk about arts and culture and the city's role, plans, all of those things. Um, the survey that just launched last week will be a big part of
Mhm.
those recommendations and considerations. And then we meet with peer cities, I believe, starting next week. So a lot of that has just been planning all of the different pieces that we have, breaking into subcommittees. We have three subcommittees that the task force has broken everybody into. So I don't have anything concrete to share yet, but by Labor Day, when the recommendations come out, the expectation is that every committee will make recommendations to the city by that time, and then hopefully have really actionable, easy to implement steps over that next 6 to 18 months of time when we finish that on the first around
September
the 1st of
1st.
September.